Thursday Daily Bible Reading and Reflection. Day 19, December 19th, 2024. Today's Bible passage, Luke chapter 7, verse 18 to 35. Then the disciples of John reported to him concerning all these things. And John, calling two of his disciples to him, sent them to Jesus, saying, "Are you the coming one, or do we look for another?" When the men had come to him, they said, "John the Baptist has sent us to you, saying, 'Are you the coming one, or do we look for another?'" And that very hour he cured many of infirmities, afflictions, and evil spirits, and to many blind he gave sight. Jesus answered and said to them, "Go and tell John the things you have seen and heard, that the blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, the poor have the gospel preached to them, and blessed is he who is not offended because of me." When the messengers of John had departed, he began to speak to the multitudes concerning John. "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind? But what did you go out to see? A man clothed in soft garments? Indeed, those who are gorgeously apparelled and live in luxury are in king's courts. But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I say to you, and more than a prophet. This is he of whom it is written, 'Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will prepare your way before you.' For I say to you, among those born of women there is not a greater prophet than John the Baptist. But he who is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he." And when all the people heard him, even the tax collectors justified God, having been baptized with the baptism of John. But the Pharisees and lawyers rejected the will of God for themselves, not having been baptized by him. And the Lord said, "To what then shall I liken the men of this generation, and what are they like? They are like children sitting in the marketplace and calling to one another, saying, 'We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We mourned to you, and you did not weep.' For John the Baptist came neither eating bread nor drinking wine, and you say, 'He has a demon.' The Son of Man has come eating and drinking, and you say, 'Look, a glutton and a winebibber, a friend of tax collectors and sinners.' But wisdom is justified by all her children." Reflection. In today's Bible passage, John the Baptist, imprisoned and facing uncertainty, sends his disciples to ask Jesus, "Are you the one who is to come, or shall we look for another?" This inquiry reflects John's moment of doubt, possibly stemming from his expectations of the Messiah's role and the unfolding of events. Jesus responds by highlighting his works, healing the blind, lame, and leprous, raising the dead, and preaching good news to the poor. These actions fulfill messianic prophecies, serving as evidence of his identity. He adds, "Blessed is the one who is not offended by me," encouraging trust in his mission, even when it defies expectations. Addressing the crowd, Jesus honors John as a prophet and more, yet notes that the one who is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he. This statement underscores the transformative nature of God's kingdom, where traditional measures of greatness are redefined. Jesus then compares the current generation to children dissatisfied with both John's asceticism and his own approach, illustrating their resistance to God's diverse methods of outreach. This analogy highlights the importance of openness to God's work, even when it challenges personal preconceptions. Practical takeaways. 1. Navigating doubt. John's question teaches that experiencing doubt is a natural part of faith. Seeking clarity through honest inquiry and reflection can lead to deeper understanding and trust in God's plan. 2. Recognizing God's work. Jesus' response emphasizes the importance of observing and discerning God's actions in the world. By aligning our expectations with the reality of God's work, we can better appreciate his presence and purpose. 3. Embracing openness. The analogy of the children cautions against rigid expectations of how God should act. Cultivating openness to diverse expressions of God's will enables us to receive his message in its varied forms. Thank you for joining us today. May God bless and be with us all as we meditate on the daily Bible readings, and may this Christmas season be a time of joy, peace, and reflection on the true meaning of Christmas. Please subscribe to grow our channel at Blessed Sanctuary.